Hey everybody, so hope you're doing well. So I put out a video saying I was going to explain some of the messages Spirit has been showing me for about the past 6 weeks. So I'm just going to start with when I really noticed it for me. It was early December. I'm pre-packing for a trip. I look at my supplements and I hear, nope, not a one of them are going with you. That you need to empty the storage unit on a deep cellular level with no assistance of your supplement support system. I said, okay, no big deal. Let's take a detox from the supplements, shall we? So in Texas, one by one, people were getting respiratory things. People were getting temperature changes, not just with the external temperatures, but internal temperature changing. The land had been christened and grid work was being done. So our conduits were the ones actually physically assisting with releasing of what no longer served Gaia and what no longer served the Earth's dust within us was also being released. Nobody was contagious, but pretty much after almost everybody got home that I know of, they had a little something that you want to call the crud, but nobody really felt sick or anything like that. It was what Spirit kept showing me as spiritual decongesting. Decongesting on the deepest cellular level as possible. And so it required deep rest. It required more hydration, less foods. The food choices were very limited because the taste buds changed, the messages changed. Nope, don't want that. Nope, definitely don't want that. Although I had plenty of it, I used to eat a lot of it, I just don't want it. Nope, no supplements. I even asked, gosh, an Epsom salt bath and a sea salt bath with my oils would probably feel great. The body said, nope, you're not going through drastic temperature changes. Just maintain each membrane as the moment of the day continued. So I took it day by day and I still functioned, but there was parts where I felt like I was falling asleep standing up. And I didn't feel sick. I didn't feel contagious. I felt exhausted and extreme deep stabbing pains throughout the back, joints, body, intestinal area. Everything was going through something. And slowly but surely, over the past 6 weeks, clients, friends, family, other groups have been reaching out. Hey guys, I got to cancel this. I'm feeling this way. Hey guys, this is happening. I can't go on tonight, or I can't do this. I can't do that. And so Spirit was talking to me about the splitting of self. There was a splitting of self. There was this deep, dark, tarish looking dots that were within the cells. And it needed to come out. There wasn't anything bad. It was just almost like taking two pieces of cellophane paper and then literally transparently pulling them apart. And you know how difficult that is. But the saran wrap was kind of sticky and it was just pulling it apart, almost like you were rebirthing self. And yes, very much like a metamorphosis on a level that many have not experienced so deeply. And so it's left a lot of people going, oh my God, I'm dying. I have a disease. Something is happening. And for those who went and got medically checked out, may have been tonsillitis, could have been a little bit of inflamed bowels, could have been a generic, don't know what the hell this is, but a prescription isn't always necessary. But a lot of people are going through changes in their mineral structure, so they're getting headaches, and maybe they don't realize possibly a little bit of sodium, a little bit of a fortified Himalayan salt, or something just teeny bit in a glass of water would help the fluids go into the muscles more, helping to hydrate and to allowing more of a flush. There's people with potassium levels that are low, and just all kinds of off balance, out of regulation, distorted equilibrium. Totally, there is no equilibrium anywhere. So one might feel like they're going through a cold flu. One might feel like they're just going through, I'm growing and every joint, every muscle, everything just aches. Oh, I'm going through like what feels like a parasite cleanse of my bowels. Some are going through headaches. Some are going through deep coughing, because the whole respiratory system, the whole pulmonary system, the whole everything just wants to get out every dust bunny and cough up every hairball microscopically and macro. I mean, come on. So breathing. So really all this has been talking to us about is communication. I made one or two notes real quick so I didn't forget. So what they were showing me was it was deep in the bone marrow. It was so deep in the part of the bone marrow that you would never, ever detect it or see it. There's no scan, there's no blood work, there's no nothing. Now, if you have a virus or a bacterial infection, sometimes your white blood count is up because your army is out there as your first line of defense. So we've got a lot of people spiking fevers, and some feel like they have a fever and they don't. And some that have a fever, their thermometer says they don't, and vice versa. So there's a lot of things going on with that temperature barometer as well. So you can't really believe these devices and apparatuses we have that actually detect something, okay? So it's like a transfiguration, painful and exhausting. Transfiguration, painful and exhausting. A metamorphosis in the deepest parts of the unknown, the unseen. Again, going back to the splitting of self, the complete metamorphosis on a level that has never been done before. We may have had a lot of preempting up until now, but then this one just feels completely different. And I can only imagine what a caterpillar must feel like. I can only imagine what a snake feels like, or what a crab feels like. Anything that sheds its outer layer, a locust, katydid, all those things. Anything that sheds itself to rebirth to new is what we're going through. But we're doing it in an awakened state. I don't know if the snake goes to sleep when it does that. I don't know if the crab, literally their minds go somewhere else while they're shaking it off. I don't know what a caterpillar knows of itself if it's going through this complete metamorphosis. It's one of the reasons why we can't remember what time it is. We can't remember what day it is. And it has nothing to do with Christmas or New Year's Day falling on a Monday. This has been started a long time ago, and it's going to continue, because it's almost like that linear clock isn't the same. And the speed dial in between each 24 hours isn't the same. It has, pumping the brakes, and then it has a speed up. And so looking at the clock is almost irrelevant. Some days go by like an eternity, and others go by in lickety split. And this is all part of the changing. So if I could recommend what has been helping me, is making sure that I'm getting a little bit of Himalayan salt. I also do these, which are Highland BioCell salts. I'll go through a couple days where I put a few out in the capsule and just put it underneath my tongue. They're biocell salts. So they're getting hydration into my cells, allowing my cells to plump up so that my body is infused with more energy, but more nutrients is what that translates to. I'm not a caffeine junkie at all. I have an occasional unsweet iced tea, and sometimes I'll do it every single morning, and sometimes I'll do it maybe once a week. But then and that's my morning drink. But I don't do any caffeine after 1:30, 2 o'clock, because it just sets my nervous system on too much of a high alert, which means my adrenals are backing me up, and I don't need that. I don't want that. So I want to override it by giving my nervous system as much of a calm as I possibly can. So I've kind of gone back to decaf mushroom coffee in the morning, just to have something hot, or herbal tea, my lemon water, my ginkgo biloba in the morning, but not taking a whole lot of supplements, just sort of messing with just less is more. A really good basic magnesium at night with my GABA. Let's see what else. Occasional cayenne for circulation, my digestive enzymes to work on my stomach, because I've had a lot of bloating and gas, and I'm not hungry for the same things. I've been eating like dehydrated fruit and like a banshee. It's insane. And I've had to kind of cut back on that too. So like today I came home, I made this. This is dried mango, walnuts, almonds, a little bit of roasted salted macadamia nuts. There's a couple dark chocolate pretzels in here, and unsweetened coconut. So this is just kind of what I'll graze on for my lunch, because it has a little balance of both. The other thing that I've been doing is in the morning, I'll have my mushroom coffee, maybe a little lemon water. I will have a detox blueberry shake with no protein, no fat. And then I have no fat, no carb before noon, allowing my pancreas and my liver to get a break from having to do so much work to separate the fat. So I'm not doing my goat yogurt or other things in the morning. I'm basically doing fruit and the blueberry shake, maybe an apple. And then at noon, I may have some chicken with some grilled vegetables, my snack bag that I just went out and bought and put together for myself, lots of water, and I've been ravenous by dinner. And I'm not usually like that. Like, I want to eat my arm. Yeah. So I know that the metabolism is all over the place, because then there's nights where I just don't want anything. So the hydration, biocell salts, turn your electronics off extra early, maybe even an hour before you normally would. That includes your tablets where you're reading books. Maybe actually get a physical book, maybe tangibly touch the paper. And, in doing so, you're picking up all the activations within that book. So clear that book of what is not for your highest good. Clear everything, your water, everything. Ask your body, moment by moment, hey body, how we doing? What would best support you right now? A half a glass of water? Yes, I can do that. Do I need any minerals in that water? Okay. I backed off on my B complex with my B12 liquid, because B complex helps the B12 assimilate. So if you're just taking vitamin B12 in liquid, tablet, or shots, it's not doing you any good. Please check with your doctor and nutritionist, because half these medical providers have no clue what they're telling you, and they really aren't supposed to answer you when they don't know. But vitamin B12 has to be in the presence of vitamin B complex. And that is going to feed the nervous system so that the neurons and all the messages are going where they're supposed to go with less jumbling up. It's also going to keep you in a calmer state because it energizes properly the cells for the messages to get where they need to go. So the command center between the brain and the body is intact. So you want to ask your body, hey, is a cold shower appropriate right now? Is a hot shower appropriate right now? Is an Epsom salt bath and what would go in it, is that appropriate for tonight or this morning? Do I want to do a mini tramp, or do I just want to run up and down my own stairs for a quick moment before I get dressed, just to help things get circulated? Could I allow 15-20 minutes to actually do a stretching routine? Because our bodies need stretching so bad. So the way I described it back in December to a friend was, there are energies coming down from the heavens and meeting and joining the energies of Mother Earth and coming up through Mother Earth. So down through Father Sky, up through Mother Earth, and who's in the middle? All the people, places, and things. And so we're like getting microwaved. We're getting cooked, not necessarily evenly. So we know what a microwave does. We can't see it. We just put something in there, slam the door, and 1 to 2 minutes, we know something's done. But sometimes it needs to be stirred and put back in for another minute. Sometimes it's super hot in the middle, so you need to stir that cup of coffee or tea or whatever water you may have put in there. So the microwave doesn't do things evenly. So that is what Spirit's been describing with me on what's the physicalities. And then it's also hitting the emotional triggers. So the hormonals are getting very imbalanced. There are people having one big long period, no period, double periods. There are men who feel like they're having a period. There's all kinds of things out of whack, so to speak, but it's actually calibration. Calibration, 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 not recalibrating. It is calibrating anew. Every cell in the body is releasing what it doesn't serve and is being calibrated to the new energies that are hitting our planet, and our planet is absorbing them and bringing them back up. And again, who's in the middle? Me, you. So to avoid stopping this process and to avoid ignoring and being in denial of the process, I'd love to see each and every one of you just embrace what is actually going on with my body and what does my body need, and how can I be in the commander seat and ask and then take action towards what is being asked. Because you may find your habitual movements and patterns will be different than when you ask and get an answer. Bless everything that you're eating, good, bad, or indifferent. Just bless it. Okay? Don't look at anything as sinful or horrible or bad for you. Stop that nonsense. Bless it. Have less is more. Keep it moving. Because you're going to get caught up in that downward spiral, and it will bring your vibrations down, and it's going to make too much density in the body. So it really does feel like someone's sucking another life out of you. Okay? So we can make this more painful or less painful. Now, if I can help you on this journey, if I could do some healing work with you via Zoom, embodimentofthesoul.com. I'm here for you. The more you heal, the more I heal, the more I heal, the more you heal, the more everybody heals. Okay? Please like, subscribe, share. Please, I love every comment. Thank you and have a wonderful day.